Drivers who commute into the centre of our great cities are very fond of blaming the layout of the road or the traffic signs for the traffic jams that they sit in. But is that true? Well, Tony Bastable took himself to central London last week to look at how we use one particular road scheme.
Welcome to a box junction. Now, this particular box junction happens to be in central London, but junctions like these have been appearing in our inner city areas since the box junction scheme was first introduced about 10 years ago. The idea of the thing is perfectly simple. It's to make sure that in rush hours, periods of high traffic density, traffic can actually move across a junction like this and not get jammed up. But like everything else, it only works for as long as people obey the rules. And here, there's just one rule for this kind of junction. Don't enter the box unless your exit is clear. Join us now for a day's edited highlights of events at this particular box junction. Joining me with his comments, Superintendent Pat Carson from the traffic branch at Scotland Yard.
Here we have a situation with vehicles stuck in the middle on the box. Now, those drivers clearly did not look ahead.
And if we look at the lights, of course, now the lights are against them, aren't they? So they've completely jammed up the junction.
They've jammed it up. If they had looked ahead, then they would never have entered the box. You must look ahead and reasonably expect that when you enter the box, you'll be able to leave it.
And here the taxi, in fact, has to do a nasty little manoeuvre, bringing him very much in line with the noses of the cars coming up from the right.
That's right.
So let's just have a recap. When can you drive into that box?
Let's put it this way. You should not enter that box unless you can reasonably expect that you can clear it without stopping or getting stuck with any part of your car on the box.
Now, those words reasonably expect really mean you've got to be pretty certain, yes?
That's right. You've got to look well ahead and have a fair idea that you're going to clear the box completely.
What about turning right?
Yes, you can enter the box to turn right. Once again, there is a proviso. Don't enter the box to turn right unless you can make your manoeuvre a complete one. In other words, if your exit for turning right is blocked, then again, don't enter the box.
As a policeman concerned with traffic matters, doesn't it depress you that this thing really ought to be unnecessary, oughtn't it?
It depresses me as a policeman and as a private person as well. This is absolutely unnecessary. If the motorists were to obey the normal courtesy that one should extend to their fellow drivers, this would be unnecessary entirely. It's antisocial, the behaviour to sit on the box junction.
There's a lot of antisocial behaviour going on right now. Just take a look at that, it's completely jammed up. Tell me...
It's pathetic, isn't it? Really.
Finally, let's get this straight. It's actually against the law to go into that box and not get out of it again.
It is against the law. In fact, there is a traffic management order for this particular box junction that came in 1972. It is against the law. Apart from being against the law, the junction is snarled up, as we see now, and the whole area can get blocked completely by this kind of behaviour. It does not only belong to this junction, the congestion, it reflects in the whole area around.
I must say, I've always thought that box junctions were one of the most constructive uses of yellow paint on the road, but as we've just seen, it does need a little common sense to make it work. Point made, I think.